Hello, I'm Michael Spur, Chief Executive of the National Offender Management Service, which operates prison and probation services in England and Wales. At any one time, we have around 85,000 prisoners in our custody and supervise around 200,000 offenders in the community. I'm delighted to invite you to join us in London for the next conference in October 2017. The theme of that conference will be Innovation in Rehabilitation, Building Better Futures. We're especially pleased to host the conference as we've been putting a lot of focus on innovation to help us to support effective rehabilitation and to reduce reoffending, cut crime and make society safer. We want those in our care to have the opportunity to change, and we're trying lots of different things to provide that. We're making significant changes to the way we work in England and Wales, and this film will introduce some of the things we're doing right now.
Welcome to Prison Radio here at HMP Brixton in London. We broadcast to over 100 prisons in the UK, and we offer a unique way to communicate and engage with prisoners. Innovation is really important to help people like me to change my life around. And in the UK, we're building better futures, and I'm going to introduce some of the things we're doing right now. First up, how are we building better futures by rehabilitating people in the community?
In the UK, not everyone who commits an offence is given a prison sentence. We also use community sentences, and these can be the most effective way for rehabilitation. When a court gives a community sentence, they can issue instructions for an offender to go on to a programme that look at things like substance misuse, domestic abuse, employability, housing or finance. Community sentences can also include community payback, which involves taking part in activities which benefit the local community. This can be anything from gardening, painting, volunteering or woodwork. This helps to prevent reoffending by giving the offender pride in what they do, skills and in some cases qualifications.
For some people, community sentences aren't an option, and support in the community is equally important on release. In England and Wales, everyone who has been in prison now gets support on release, regardless of the length of their sentence. Bringing lots of agencies into one place can really help to get people back on track.
The About Term projects are a multi-agency approach towards helping people who might be caught up in the criminal justice system and/or substance misuse. We invite other agencies to come to the projects to offer their services to the clients that we're working with, and they range from drug and alcohol support, housing, health, education and employment. And it's that community approach that has helped bring about change for some of these individuals.
When I came to this project, I was using heroin and I was committing crime every single day and my life was going nowhere. I really wanted to change, but I didn't know how to. I was offered some training which made me employable. I now work for a substance misuse team in Portsmouth, and my life's just a million miles from what it was when I first came here.
We're also investing to improve the prison estate itself. We're building better futures by building new modern prisons, starting with Her Majesty's Prison Berwyn in North Wales.
Here at Berwyn, we're building a new modern prison that will focus on rehabilitation and safety. When Berwyn is fully operational, we will hold 2,106 men. The UK government is investing £1.3 billion to reform and modernise the prison estate. This includes building 9 new establishments equipped with better facilities for visits, education, workshops and industries. Most importantly, we hope that these new prisons will be much more effective at rehabilitating the men and women in our care.
Of course, building better futures isn't just about new buildings. It's about what goes on inside them. In England and Wales, governors are being more empowered to decide what happens in their prisons to drive up performance. These freedoms mean they can try new things and test out ideas.
We've created reform prisons with much more control than ever before. As Executive Governor, I'm fully accountable for the outcomes that we deliver. And with everybody who works and lives here, I decide how our prisons run. That includes how we spend our money. So I've been able to use this opportunity to reinvigorate our social enterprise. Men and women living in our local prisons are making things for us to sell in our community shop. We can reinvest the profits in our prisons to do even more work to help people change their lives.
The use of new technology represents a huge opportunity for prison and probation services. We have a digital program in place to increase the availability of technology to prisoners and staff, including in-cell technology to support education and independence.
In my room, I have a system, it's called a CMS. If I want to apply for a new job, I can do it without having to ask an officer. I can apply for education courses, book myself library sessions or like book club, and this helps me and helps the other inmates because it's easier to communicate with the prison rather than handing in paper applications and going to the offices every single day.
By linking education, skills and work opportunities, it's possible to give people leaving prison a better chance of finding work, earning a living and staying away from crime. One of our women's prisons, HMP Style, is doing just that with the help of a charity partner.
I came into prison where I went to work into the catering department where I learnt new skills. When I was ready, I came out to work in the Clink restaurant, which is situated outside the prison, where I'm working as front of house and I'm doing a qualification in hospitality and catering. I plan to use the skills that I've used in waitressing to get myself a job upon release.
So, there's lots going on here in the UK that we'd like to share with you. Multi-million-pound building projects, new technology, and community partnerships changing lives.
Building better futures is what we're all about in prison and probation services across the world. I look forward to meeting you at our conference next October in London.